Since the start of the version 7.5 story, it was clear that something was wrong with Sinadina. She was yawning, she didn't catch on Carol's jokes which were thrown at her, she was tired all the time, and most importantly, she wasn't excited about eating food or exploring the area. But what if I told you that it was already hinted that something wrong will happen to Sinadina already from version 7.4 story? But before we start with that, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell beside it to stay notified with everything new about Honkai Impact 3rd. And without any further ado, let's just get started. During her fight with Lantern, she activated the Astral Ring ability, which to Coralie's surprise, the ability lasted for way too long.
アストラルリング。そうだ、アストラルリングなら。セナおばさん。マックタイム。アストラルリングの爆発状態がずっと続いてる。
The ability should have ended fast, but instead it lasted the entire fight, which meant something was off. Also, after Baiji sent them back to Oxia, Chinsu asked Sinadina if she feels tired, but Sinadina answered with no.
でも、小弱たちの行方を知ったら、みんなはもう一度老朽に行きたくなるかもしれない。そう考えると、セナちゃん、あなたの体、本当に大丈夫？
問題ないよ。見ての通り、体は絶好調だし、何を食べても美味しいし。
なるほど。
To which Shinsu was very surprised. That means that Shinsu knew something wrong happened with Sinadina. So, as you can see, it was already hinted that something wrong will happen to Sinadina. Fast forward to the version 7.5 story, Sinadina started to feel ill the more time passes. But she didn't want the rest of the team to notice it because she didn't want to feel like she is a burden on the team. However, no matter how much she tried, her energy was being drained rapidly, and she started to become weaker and weaker. After a period of time, she started to show symptoms that were very similar to Coralie and Helia and every other captain who played part 1 of the Honkai Impact 3rd story. The symptoms were very similar to that of the Honkai reaction that happened to people on Earth, which made Coralie start to question if there is any relation between Earth and Mars. But she scrapped the idea because now wasn't the time for it. The team, with the help of Song Chu and Perception, were able to immediately take Sinadina to Baiji, in the hope that he would be able to save her.
本当に私にそっくりだね。
Happily, Baiji was able to save Sinadina, and he was able to find the cause of her sickness as well. Remember when Coralie was shocked about the Astral Ring ability being into effect for far too long when Sinadina used it? Yeah, that was Sinadina excessively using the Astral Ring ability, which drastically prolonged its duration. According to Baiji, that was the reason she is sick now. She overused the Astral Ring ability beyond her limits, which caused her body to start to get corrupted by it, and she started to lose her energy. However, the interesting part about her is the fact that she can consciously exceed her normal limits. According to Baiji, she was able to amass more power than what Lantern accumulated over hundreds of years in an instant. This left everyone in a shock, and Tsinadina was surprised that the others weren't able to do the same as her. Not even an as strong Shu as Baiji and Lantern were able to achieve the same feat as her. This is the first time in the story where they finally hint at Tsinadina's true power, because we already know she has her goddess form, which met both Kiana and the Dream Seeker. But we never got any information about it since then. So it's nice to see that they are finally giving us more information about how strong Tsinadina is. I hope we can see her in her goddess form soon. Either way, Baiji was able to use his falsehood ability to transfer the damage Tsinadina's body was suffering to a clone of her. However, he had to sustain part of that damage that the clone is suffering in order for it to work, ultimately causing his sickness to worsen. This made Tsinadina really sad, because she caused even more pain to Baiji than what he already had, but sadly that was the only solution for her to fully recover. After Tsinadina fully recovered, everyone decided to watch Song-Chu in her final moments, and then go back to Oxia so that the Seven Shoes can do their job at stopping the Shadow Calamity. So this is what happened to Tsinadina during the version 7.5 story. If you found this video useful, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell beside it to stay notified with everything new about Honkai Impact 3rd. And until next time, see you as always in the next video.
まさか白球さんの言うかりそめの体の維持って。
セナディアが受けたダメージをかりそめの体に移したというより、彼自身に移したと言った方が正しいかもしれないね。